So you may have had your hands on several forex trading books, but if you've not read this one, you're totally getting it wrong. What is up, guys? This is KOJOFOREX, aka GBP Emperor, aka Emperor of Blues. In today's video, I promise you that when we hit a 90k subscriber mark, I'm going to shoot a very interesting forex video for you guys. And this video is basically about my #1 topmost recommendation of a forex book. And at the same time, I'm going to make sure to give you guys a free PDF copy of this book. Now, most people tend to wonder how I became very good at technical analysis over the years. Now, in this video, it's basically like letting a cat out of the box, because this is the video that I'm revealing one of the very important technical analysis books that meant so much to me and still do mean so much to me. It's about a 400-page book, and after you read this book, trust me, everything technical analysis would be so easy to you. Now, I love this book because with me, when it comes to anything that I get interested in, I tend to ask myself, who started it? Where were the ideas? How did they even invent it? How did it generally come about? And then through that dig deep is when I came across this book that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Another thing that makes this book so special to my heart is that I actually discovered it after I had my big loss on the market during my earlier days as a trader. Now, you may have heard this story before, but at one time in my life as a trader, when I actually quit my 9-to-5 job, I only had about $2,000 in my total savings. I decided to put all of it into the market. So I was basically living off that $2,000, making profit, withdrawing and spending, making profit, withdrawing, and then keeping it basically in my bank account until one unfaithful day when I just felt like this was the very opportune day where I'm going to flip my account and become successful overnight. And then yes, I did actually flip that account, doubled it basically, but greed and inexperience basically made me also lose that whole money. But after losing that money, I went to about 2 or 3 days of depression, and then I started telling myself that maybe I need to know something better. Maybe I need to really understand how this market works. I need to dig deep and start from the very basics. So upon that quest of really digging deep and starting, who really started technical analysis? What were their idea around technical analysis, and how can I also get my hands on whoever invented it or started it and then read them any material that they have out there? That is when I came across Edward and Maggie, John Edward and Maggie. So they are basically the people that started, I can call them the founding fathers of technical analysis. They actually started the whole idea of using historical price movement to actually anticipate and predict future price movements of the market. So they believe that when it comes to market movement, they are of random nature, but human interactions play a major role in the market. They believe that humans participate on the market, therefore humans can leave their trail of characteristics on the market. What this basically also means is that anything that human beings are involved in, they tend to repeat itself, and then you can find certain similar patterns, which basically shows that once this has happened before, it is bound to happen in the future as well. So that is the premise, or that is everything that technical analysis tends to find itself or revolve itself around. So if human psychology or human nature can be predicted, and then human beings trade on the market, and then humans interaction on the market produces the candlestick movement, then it means that we can basically use this movement to predict what is likely to happen in the future. Then came around chart patterns. So technical analysis started from the foundation of chart patterns, where Edward and Maggie discovered several patterns on the market and decided that, okay, as far as we keep seeing these kind of repetitive patterns, anytime they occur, this is what happens on the market. Anytime this one occurs, this is what also happens. So they started observing these patterns and then giving it simple names, so that anytime they see those patterns, they can simply identify that this is exactly what we saw, and then this is the resulting implication of what is supposed to take on thereof. So you might have been watching me for a long time and wondering, Kojo, what exactly is the book that Edward and Maggie wrote about technical analysis? This right here is the book. It's called Technical Analysis of Stock Trend. So technical analysis foundation actually started from the stock market and not the currency market. In fact, the stock market has been in existence for a very long time, all the way from the 1800s. The forex market, or the forex retail aspect of the market, barely started in the 1970s. So I'm going to later in another video dig deep and give you guys the insight into how forex market basically on the retail space even came about. Thinking about the fact that prior to the 1970 era, we only were delving into the fixed exchange rate regime, which is like two countries basically agreeing upon themselves to set exchange rate at a particular fixed rate, until we had the floating exchange rate regime, where we basically allow the market, which is like demand and supply of particular currency, including other major economic indicators, to determine what a country's currency exchange rate would be against another, which we simply term the floating exchange rate regime. So in simple terms, if you really want to get good at technical analysis, then I recommend Technical Analysis of Stock Trend trend, it's going to give you the historical indication, historical explanation of everything that has happened on this market, breaking down all the reversal patterns, all the continuation patterns, signs and signals that you got to look out for. And then it's just going to give you a very strong foundational level in how to draw trend lines, how to identify chart patterns, and give you a very good basis of succeeding on the market, so to speak. Now, as with everything, there is actually drawdowns. The only drawdown with this book is that it does not really build its technical analysis or foundation from the candlestick pattern. So back in the days, they only used bar chart to actually denote movement on the market, and bar chart has limitation in the sense that it does not really tell you volume on the market, and then you're not really able to use certain technical aspects like the wicks of the candle, the candlestick formation types, to also complement what is here. So what is going to change the game for you personally is that if you're able to master candlestick formation on its own and then complement that knowledge you had from candlestick analysis with technical analysis, identifying trend lines, chart patterns, then you are surely guaranteed for success in this market. So many of the incredible traders that we know of, talk about Paul Tudor Jones, Stanley Druckenmiller, George Soros, they first had their core foundational basis of technical analysis all from this book. So yeah, this brings me right to the end of this video, which is basically recommending technical analysis of stock trend, which was the book that I had my hands on when my world came crashing, and then basically relearning everything that I wanted to understand on the forex market, which gave me a very strong foundation technically until it is what it is today. So if you really love this video and really want me to keep up with this type of videos, then you know what to do. Smash the like button. Let's destroy the like button. And if you've not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, because now we're on our journey to actually the 100k. We just hit the 90k, which I love you guys all for supporting me for this. Also, if you want to connect with me on all social media, it's at KOJOFOREX KOJOFOREX on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Clicking the link in the description to join the KOJOFOREX Telegram community. It currently has over 41,000 traders all across the globe, where I share trade signals for them and educational materials for free. Make sure to also click in the link, because I'm going to be dropping the PDF version of the technical analysis of stock trend in there. If you don't click on the link to join, you might as well possibly miss out on getting that material. So without wasting my time, I hope you guys love this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.